Code, did you play Exoprimal? I think I saw you were playing
I did.
that. Yeah,
I did
that's the big game.
2-hour sponsor stream, played a little bit after it.
Big game release of the week, I guess, right? Like, Jagged
not
Alliance.
for me.
Yeah, Jagged Alliance.
Jagged Alliance is definitely mine.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's been pretty cool. I mean, Exoprimal, unfortunately, Exoprimal reminds me kind of like of Anthem. And what it reminds me of Anthem is it's fun to play. Like if you're just playing the game, it's actually not that bad. It's kind of fun. Like sure but everything else is everything else has little issues here and there. So like I did have fun playing Exoprimal like I did. It's this kind of interesting take on PvE, EVP. That stuff's kind of cool. But then everything else is a little bit weird. The graphics are fine. The music was completely forgettable.
Yeah.
The story is like all over the place, man. It's over the place. The characters were mostly forgettable. The progression and the customization was unfortunately a lot less than I thought. Like there's no type of item system. There's just like these 6 modules you can play with. There's not really a lot there in terms of progression at all, which was one of the biggest reason I was kind of like, not really going to be wanting to do this long term. The PvPvE felt okay. It the little time I played it, it was a little, repetitive, I guess you could say. Like it doesn't seem like it's going to change too much. It was fun, but it's not really going to,
so
evolve, so to speak.
How long? It was 3-ish hours is what you played? Is that what you said?
I think like 2.5, 3 hours.
In those,
like that, yeah.
In that time, did you unlock the second game mode or whatever? Because I played for 5 or 6 hours and I didn't. When we stopped playing, I was playing with Strippin and some other friends. Strippin said we were 1 mission away from that unlocking, and that like the game opens up. There's 11 total game modes in this game.
11?
Yeah. And I played for the first day for 4 or 5 hours, and I never saw those game modes. I never saw them at
when
all.
when you say game modes, you mean like
different things are happening in game. No. Okay. They're all kind of that, but like different versions of monsters are jumping in. Different objectives are happening in the game where you're carrying around like a massive hammer.
Cube.
Yeah,
I got the push the cube mission, and I got this one, and then I got the capture the point one.
Yeah. So there's raid bosses that are 10-person raid bosses. I never saw that in my 5. I feel like they need to go back and retool the amount of game to unlock all that stuff. Because you mentioned the story, like it's so unbelievably forgettable.
Stories. I'm not a fan of the dimensional stuff, and like it seemed like a lot. It seemed like the story was trying to jam in like so many different kind of like tropey things, and it just was kind of lost a little bit.
Yeah.
Felt unfocused.
Yeah. I can pull up Strippin's VOD so we can see, because like this was my gameplay. Were you playing the DPS? I played purely healer. Yeah. So
I played a little bit of healer, and then I played mostly the melee DPS, and then I played the mid-range DPS a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I never like interacted with that stuff, so mine was healer is I think in like the meta of the game you don't even want to heal unless there's PvP happening. I feel like you just want to run like 4 or 5 DPS or 4 DPS, 1 tank.
I will say I liked the ability to switch your class whenever you wanted.
Mid-mission.
That was kind of fun. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Just drop in, drop out kind of thing.
Yeah. Let me, here we go. So Strippin's fighting some other stuff here somewhere in this VOD, so we can kind of see what the gameplay eventually.
It's also like another turn off for me was the fact that it's another Diablo 4 in terms of monetization. Like there's DLCs, there's a battle pass, there's just lots and lots and lots of ways to spend money on your $60 game.
Yeah.
There's a day one buy the frames thing, pay to skip. Like they just so many different ways to give them money or have content locked behind even more money after you spent your $60.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a little bit more bare bones than Diablo. Like Diablo's got the full story to go through. This has like played X. I think it even has a counter on the main screen to the next story cutscene. So like play 5 more games and you'll get the next cutscene. play 6 more games after that, you'll get the next cutscene. It's kind of weird. This is the entire time I kept playing it, I was just saying, man, this is a weird game. This is a bizarre game. It feels like someone at Capcom was like, we need a game as a service. And people like dinosaurs and mechs, so why don't we have you fight those? And that's our game as a service. Like, that's what we got.
The game felt like the whole premise was ridiculous, and it was going to spend an entire game trying to justify why your robot's fighting dinosaurs.
Yeah. Time travel.
In multiple dimensions.
Oh, right. In multiple dimensions with less than interesting characters. Did you get the cutscene where the guy grabs his crotch or whatever? Did you get that far?
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, that was probably one of the better cutscenes. He says something and then grabs his crotch and like motions towards the other players. Or the other characters in the cutscenes. It's odd.
I did have one guy make a masturbation joke. That was kind of funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
That happens at the beginning, I think.
Yeah. So I think you can kind of culminate everything that me and Co said with this is on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you can check the game out. And that's maybe the best part about it is if you're interested in some cool looking mechs, fighting some cool looking dinosaurs and a little bit of PvP, it's on Game Pass. Go and grab it. I don't know if I'm going to return to it. Strippin, I think, has put like 15-ish hours into it. I know a lot of people that have put a ton of time into it.
Still enjoying it?
Yeah, because those game modes start to open up. Things start to get added to it. So it's a little bit more than just the same mission that I played for 4 hours straight, where you just kind of sit there, kill dinosaurs, fight the other enemy for a little bit, and then it ends, and you win or lose, and then you can kind of like upgrade your mech a little bit, a very tiny amount. We'll see what happens when they add to this, right? Like games of service, they obviously add stuff. This has a seasonal battle pass, which Co already mentioned. What does this look like? Does this game even exist in 6 months to a year? I don't know, right? We'll just have to see what type of resources they put to it.
If this says anything, I played it for 3.5 hours and I totally forgot.
Oh, you played some of it as well?
Yeah, I played it during the open beta.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What you're seeing right now is kind of the combat. There's not too many crazy combos. You got a little bit of abilities, and it's kind of okay. I will say
the gameplay was fun. Like I had no issues with the gameplay itself. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. And that's Exoprimal, short and sweet. I don't know if there's anything else to be said about it. The game's really just not that deep until you play it for a long time. It's very topical, I guess, in that sense, in terms of what's in there.